Tonight, when you take off your shoes, take a close look at your ankles. The deep red indentations caused by your socks are a clear sign. So are the icy cold sensation in your toes and the heavy, leaden pain in your calves. Your feet are simply signaling that your body's circulatory system needs a little mechanical support. If this condition persists for many years, you could very well develop varicose veins, or even worse, a blood clot, and that would be terrible. In the next 60 seconds, I'll reveal exactly how to activate a biological switch right where you're sitting to quickly eliminate fluid buildup in your lower limbs. Let's start right away with the first daily exercise, which I call seated boost, so you can immediately feel the change in blood flow. No matter where you're sitting while watching this video, I want you to place both feet completely flat on the floor, directly in front of you. Keep your heels and toes firmly pressed against a hard surface, then slowly lift both heels as high as you comfortably can. Hold this position, feeling a distinct, strong contraction in the back of your calves for 1 second, and feel the tissues engage. Now, slowly lower your heels back to the floor and immediately repeat the movement in the opposite direction. Keep your heels firmly on the floor while lifting your toes and the balls of your feet toward the ceiling as high as possible. You'll feel a gentle, invigorating stretch running along the front of your lower legs. Hold the position for a brief second before releasing. Let's repeat this rhythmic sequence together right now as you listen. Lift your heels. Feel the contraction in your calves. Slowly lower them. Then lift your toes. Feel the stretch in the front of your feet and lower them. As you continue to bounce along to this simple, therapeutic rhythm, join us in exploring the truly hidden biological processes taking place within your blood vessels at this stage of your life. Your heart is a marvelous, highly efficient pump that easily sends blood down to your feet through a vast network of arteries, aided by gravity pulling the blood downward. But once that oxygen-rich blood reaches your toes, its job is only half done, and it must make a vertical U-turn. That spent blood must now embark on a long and challenging journey, flowing back up through your lower legs, past your knees, through your thighs, and straight up to your chest. It's a constant climb up a steep slope, nearly 2 meters high, fighting against the relentless pull of gravity that acts on you every moment you're awake. To accomplish this spectacular vertical climb without causing blood to rush backward, your body relies on hundreds of tiny one-way valves built directly into the veins in your legs. Imagine these tiny internal valves as small, rotating security doors that open to allow blood to flow upward toward the heart, then immediately snap shut to prevent blood from flowing back down. As we pass the biological milestones of 50, 60, and 70, your blood vessels naturally lose a small portion of the elasticity they had in your youth. Those tiny doors can gradually stretch over decades, creating a small gap in the middle where blood can silently flow backward and accumulate in the tissues below. In addition to this natural change in blood vessels, the human body also undergoes a gradual and silent process of muscle loss in the calves over time, a process known as age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia. This is extremely important for your circulatory system because veins lack muscular walls to pump blood upward on their own. They rely entirely on the physical, mechanical compression exerted by the large skeletal muscles surrounding them. By performing this simple exercise, sitting down and bringing your heels to touch your toes, you're physically compressing the deep veins in your legs, much like squeezing a tube of toothpaste, forcing the accumulated fluid to flow directly through the sluggish valves. This subtle mechanical relationship is precisely why physicists refer to your leg muscles as your second heart. You don't need to do a high-intensity cardio workout or work up a sweat to activate this system. You just need to gently engage the muscles in your lower legs. If you've been sitting for more than an hour at your desk, in a car, or on a comfortable sofa, try performing this simple acceleration movement for exactly 1 minute straight. It acts as a rapid internal pressure surge, clearing the vascular pathways before fluid has a chance to settle, cling to the tissues, and cause that leaden, heavy sensation. Now that the calf muscles are warmed up and activated, let's stand up safely to begin the second exercise, which I call the leaning back on a chair pose. I want you to place both hands gently but firmly on the back of a sturdy kitchen chair, a heavy armchair, or a solid tabletop to maintain perfect balance. Stand up straight, keeping your back straight, shoulders relaxed, chest out, and feet hip-width apart. Slowly and gently, rise up onto your toes, lifting your heels completely off the ground as high as your ankle joints will allow. Hold that raised position for 2 seconds, letting your abdominal and calf muscles stabilize your entire body in the air. Now, slowly lower your heels to the floor in a deliberate and carefully controlled manner, avoiding the natural instinct to forcefully push your body weight down onto the ground. If you feel completely stable in the lowest position, briefly lift your toes off the ground for a split second before lowering yourself back into a straight, stable standing position. Let's do 10 horizontal kicks together right now, performing them gently and continuously. By shifting your body weight onto your calves, you're prompting your veins to remove accumulated fluid under higher pressure, which is better for your health. This standing exercise also offers another significant benefit for your longevity. It sends a clear and strong signal to your nervous system that you need healthy, responsive ankles. Local stability in the ankles is the absolute foundation for maintaining balance, ensuring a steady gait, and preventing falls in the years ahead. Now that you have both of these practical tools at your disposal, we need to address the biggest daily mistake that silently undermines blood circulation in your legs after age 50. When your legs feel tired, stiff, or heavy at the end of the day, your natural instinct is to sit still on a soft sofa to rest for the night. But inside your body, that prolonged stillness is actually a hidden trap that exacerbates vascular problems. When you sit for hours without moving your legs, the 90-degree bend at your hips and knees acts exactly like a sharp kink in a flexible water hose. Because your leg muscles are completely relaxed and your second heart stops working, gravity wins the structural battle and fluid quickly accumulates in the tissues of your lower legs. The secret to feeling light and steady isn't absolute rest. It's simply avoiding long periods of continuous inactivity throughout the day. To turn these movements into an automatic, seamless layer of protection for your lifestyle, let us break them down into a simple 3-step daily routine. The first step is your morning warm-up routine, in which you perform 10 slow horizon rock movements next to the kitchen counter immediately after drinking your first glass of water to stimulate your blood vessels against gravity. The second step is your 1-hour rule during the day, in which you perform heel and toe flexion and extension movements through the seated accelerator exercise for 1 minute for every hour you sit. The third step is your evening relaxation time, during which you sit with your feet elevated on a comfortable armchair, recliner, or cushioned chair for 5 minutes before going to sleep. While your legs are elevated, gently rotate your ankles in slow, controlled circles, 10 times clockwise and 10 times counterclockwise. This simple evening exercise takes advantage of the natural angle of gravity to help you flush out impurities that have built up throughout the day and prevent painful leg cramps in the middle of the night that might wake you up. Now that I've provided these practical tools, I'd love to hear your direct feedback in the comments section below. How many months or years have you been suffering from heavy legs or cold feet? And of those 2 exercises, which one makes your body feel more comfortable right now? I ask this because your real-life experiences and personal health stories help shape every conversation we have on this channel. Although these daily habits are extremely safe, gentle, and practical for most older adults, we must always strictly adhere to health guidelines. The goal of our channel is not to scare you. Our goal is to provide practical clarity, and that means you need to know exactly when to seek professional medical advice. There are a few specific signs in the lower leg that indicate you should completely skip these exercises and contact a healthcare professional immediately. If you notice that only one leg is swollen while the other is completely normal, that sudden asymmetry is an important warning sign. If the swelling in one leg is accompanied by severe, throbbing, or constant pain in the calf, or if the skin feels hot to the touch and is noticeably red, please do not exercise or massage the affected area. These specific physical signs may indicate a blood clot in a deep vein and require immediate evaluation by a specialist to ensure your safety. Similarly, if you experience severe cramping, tightness, and shortness of breath in your calf only after walking a certain distance, and the pain completely disappears as soon as you sit down to rest, consider this a serious warning sign. This recurring pattern may be a sign of gradual narrowing of the peripheral arteries, a condition known as peripheral artery disease. This condition is entirely manageable after a doctor examines you and checks your pulse, but it requires an appropriate professional treatment plan, not self-treatment at home. Always remember that your body communicates with you through the language of consistent physical signals, and the goal is to learn to understand that language before those signals become louder or cause pain. If this quick and effective method helps improve blood circulation in your legs and fits into your current lifestyle, consider subscribing to Inside Your Body After 50. We share these honest, evidence-based health guidelines every week because your physical mobility and independence are worth protecting. Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. Take good care of your second heart tonight, and I'll see you in our next conversation.